We're here in my backyard, and everything about this fence looks okay when you look at it at the kind of front part here. But as you get closer to it, you notice that there's some problems down below, especially when you get to the other side of the fence. There's stuff all kicking out way over here, and then the fence really starts bowing out there, and there's a post just behind there that's really bent out. So I need to replace that post down there. I need to replace this panel, this one, and the one there. And yeah, then I need to dig out all of this dirt that's pushing on there. The lady who lived here before us put a whole bunch of rocks and stuff to try to stop the ground from sliding over, because we live on a giant hill here. But what it really did was just wind up making the force of this push down a whole lot. You can really see where it's just gone through, and the ground is actually eaten through some of these spots here, just through the force of everything. And then we have ones like this that have really just bowed out like crazy. So I need to go in. I'm going to make this fence post area here, this little panel, and then I'll make 3 of those for each of the panels, and then we'll replace the post that's over here that currently looks like this. I don't know if you can tell, but this is level. That is not. It's really bowing out there. So we got to do that. And then we also have this problem where one of the dogs busted their head through there, and we put logs to kind of stop it, which I'm sure isn't helping this situation. So yeah, that's where we're at. So I went to the home center. I got a bunch of 1x4s, which are the panels there. I got 18 of them. That should do 1 panel. So I'm going to need to do more, but my Civic isn't really known for its lumber carrying ability, so I'm going to have to get more of those. Underneath there's some pressure treated 2x4s, and then we have a pressure treated 4x4 back there as well. That's going to be the new post. These guys are going to be the kind of cross rails, and then these guys will be the actual fence part itself that's going up and down there. So we need to get these measured out. The maximum length of that is 58 inches. So I'm going to cut all of those to 58 inches on my nice new DeWalt miter saw here, and then once we get all those cuts, we'll go through and get the cross members joined in with the 2x4s and the 1x4s to get everything set up. So the next thing I need to do is I need to take these 2x4s and cut them down to the length in between the post. Now I'm not sure if the posts are consistently placed or what's going on there, so I have to go measure each one and make sure that they're set up properly and that I can easily cut them and do what I need to do with them. And when I measure from that one down to here, I get 90 inches. I'm not really going to be able to measure this one because it has this crazy bow to it, and I'm not going to get a straight line distance. You can see that some of the 2x4s on the bottom row here and here have already kicked off, and this one down here looks like it's about to do the same thing, which is why I'm replacing this panel, this one, and this one. And it's all because of this guy right here. You can see how just out of line that is with everything else and why it needs to be fixed. You can see the mark right there at 90 inches. The nice part about this is there's going to be a lot less space here, so I can set up a stop block to make repeatable cuts where I couldn't really with the last one. I also wasn't as concerned with the last one being accurate because I'm going to have cut out with the jigsaw on each one of those to add the curve that all of the fence posts have. So this part is really just going through and making a repeatable cut. So I'm just testing that out to make sure that it lines up here, and even though it doesn't at the front, it definitely is lined up properly. Then we're going to set up our stop block and get cutting. Alright, well my neighbor's dog started getting annoyed at me for going back and forth in front of the window, so I'm going to go here, and I just need to measure how far each of these posts are apart, or the cross members, so that I can set up and be the same on what we're doing. This is consistent all the way around, so I'm not really concerned about there being a misuse of measurement or anything. I just need to get them measured up and see what they are so I can lay it out and then nail and glue it down. Quickly measuring that from the ground, it's 6 inches between here and here. It's 17 and a half and another 17 and a half between here and the top cross member. Then I'll measure up the spacing here, set up some guide blocks just so I can keep it consistent, and then glue and screw / brad nail it in and hope for the best. So what I'm going to do here is use the 4x4 to kind of be a baseline, move the second board 6.5 or 6 inches away from the 4x4 to set the bottom, and then go 17 and a half and 17 and a half there. And I should be able to keep this straight line here, keep it all parallel, and get it brad nailed and glued together pretty quickly. I think from measuring, this cutoff of my 2x4 is 6.5, so I'm going to use that to space from the bottom, and then the width of it from here to here is the exact same as the spacing between everything. So I'm just going to use that to space out everything and use this to set up the bottom one, and I should be good to go. So here it is, the finished thing. I still need to put in the little curve archy thing that all the rest of the fence have, but I need to make 2 more of these before I get started. So I'll make 2 more of these, and then I'll put in the curve, and then we'll put the 4x4 in the ground, and we'll put the brackets on right there, and we should be good to go.